Alright, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing a project today, working on a, what do they call that thing? Pressure washer, that's right. Alright, we're gonna do that today, but before we can do that, we're gonna have to clean up this mess. I've been letting it go for a little too long. So, I'm gonna let you enjoy the ride, follow along, you know, the good stuff. I'm gonna get after it. See you in a little bit. This is gonna take a lot longer than I thought, just by looking at that counter over there. So I'm gonna speed. I don't have a watch on. I'm gonna speed this up and play some music.
Well, they ask me why I sound like this, with a 6-string growl and a hammer fist twist. Why I talk back when I should behave, why I show up loud like I'm digging a grave. I say, son, I ain't here for your rules or permission. I was raised up proud on a rebel ignition. 'Cause I was born to raise hell, it's in my bones. Cranking Skinner loud on a rotary phone. My daddy drank whiskey, my granddad did too. So don't be surprised when I howl like a fool. I don't sit in silence, I don't play it small. This outlaw blood don't blend at all. You call it trouble, I call it tradition. I was born to raise hell, it's a family tradition.
Wait a minute. Hold on. How's that? All right. It's hot out here, and that fan's blowing all my dirt around. So I have an idea. I'm gonna save some of that dirt for my leaf blower. It'll do a lot of work. I don't really know what to do with all this junk. Hopefully we'll be moving in the next couple months, and that's going to make it worse because what am I going to do with this? Because where we're going, it's not going to have this much of garage space at all. It's not going to have any garage. So if you have any ideas what we can do in this garage while we still have it, like I said, in a couple months we'll be moving, but not as like fixing the garage or anything like that, because I don't want to put any money in someone else's house, but maybe like some projects we can work on inside the garage. Give me some ideas. I got a lot of stuff I need to get taken care of that I'll be doing more videos with, but I only got like 2 months left here, so if you have any ideas, maybe I can help you out and do a video about it. Regardless, I'm gonna get back to work. I might give you a couple different angles.
I was raised in the rust, built tough as nails, where the wind cut sharp and the weak boys bail. I felt the dirt, I've tasted steel, but I ain't never bowed and I never will. Got a backbone carved out of red clay.
A little too close. Okay, like I said, this thing doesn't have to be perfect. I just got to be able to work in it. And this channel's all about not having a lot of money, so this crap's just all used stuff or stuff I've collected over the last, hey, how old am I? Carry the one, oh, last 33 years. Wait, I wasn't collecting things when I was 7 or 8. 15 years? Anyway, all right, so I think this area is clean enough. Now I gotta focus on that wall. It's just got random junk on it. And yeah, then we'll finish cleaning up the floors. See you in a bit. You didn't see that.
And a fighter don't quit when it's tested or tried. You can bet your last dime and your name on a stone. This fighting heart don't break it owns. I was built for this, for the blood and sweat, for the long shot odds and the no-name bet. this. I don't need luck when the storm rolls in. I ride that thunder like it's born within. Been down to nothing, still I rose with nothing but truth in my callous soul. There ain't no map for the path I ride, just a six-gear faith and a flame inside. You can count me.
Alright, now that the fun and games are over with, we're going to get working on this bad boy. I got this thing for free. Don't know much about it. I mean, it doesn't have anything with it. But we're going to see if we can't get that thing to run and maybe make some money on it. Let's get after it. First things first, we're going to check. We're going to check the oil somewhere. There it is. Alright, oil. Oil looks good. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's good and it's full. Alright, gasoline. Let's see what's there. Alright, it's got some gas in it. That's a good deal. And it's got a really weird thingamabobber. Okay, oil and gas in it. See what happens. It's off switch. Fuel looks to be on. Choke on. Don't run these things without water. I'm just gonna see if it'll start. That don't sound good. Wow, a free item that runs. Now we got a few other questions. What's it do under a load? So we're gonna stop right here and I'm gonna take you outside and find a hose and hook it up to it and see what it does. See you in a minute. Okay, now that we got it hooked up, we're gonna start it up, see what it does under a load. Make sure we're getting water through the pump. Let some of that air out. See what she does. That's not good. Try it again. Alright. Well, what that tells me is that this unit has probably got a clogged up carburetor. So that's what we're going to start on next, I guess. I don't know what else it could be. Just showing that when it goes under load, it kicks that governor in. It doesn't want to run properly. So what we're going to do, we're going to unhook it, turn the water off, take it back in the shop, take the carburetor off, and do a quick little clean. Don't have any carburetor cleaner. Hopefully it's not too dirty, and we can just clean out the little ports in there and go from there. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we know two things about this thing so far. One, it was free. Two, it does run. Three, it dies under load. So anytime you get that pump going underneath, it decides it's going to just instantly die. So my first impression on it is that the carburetor needs cleaned. We're gonna give that a shot first and go from there and see what happens. All right, well, let's get this thing apart real quick, see what happens. What is that? Does it just pop up there? Yeah, it does. Cool. All right, like I said, I have no carburetor cleaner, so we're gonna do our best. See what we can do here. Take the fuel line off, which is apparently crap. And ooh, there's one little leak. Let's see what we got here. Oh, too big. Not gonna work. Shove that up in there, stop that gasoline. Okay. What in the world, man? There we go. There we go. All right, carburetor. I'm about to set this down. That's what I'm working on. All right, let's move this out of the way for a moment. Sit there. And is it a 10 metric? 3/8 10 metric. Put that off there. Ooh, man, you see that? See how dirty that is? I wonder it won't run. All right, well, let's get after it. You pull this little guy off right here. Pop this out, and it's got a little seat valve right here. Little thing right there. Anyway, and you got your float. It looks like it's a pretty nasty mess up in there. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. But yeah, we are definitely gonna have to get us some L carburetor cleaner and clean all them ports and stuff out. And then maybe it'll run like it's supposed to. So I'm gonna go to the store real quick and spend some money and get some carburetor cleaner. All right, sorry about that. Just getting back with some carbon choke cleaner. Yeah, basic. Cost me $5, so we got $5 in this product. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. 5 little doll hairs. All right. I don't have a brush or anything, or some way to clean that out. I don't know if you can see that pretty well. It's pretty all gummed up on there. But we're gonna try our best with some of this cleaner and an old beat up shop rag. See what we can get out of there. It might help if I took this out as well. Little drain plug. This is a get by channel, not a fix it brand new channel. So, looking inside there, I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but that is gunked up. Let's see, spray it down, rinse it out a little bit. See if that made it any better. Oh, that's 10 times better. Night and day difference. All right, let's see if we can look in here a little bit. All right, I do have a set of torch tip cleaners I've had for a while. That's what we use to clean up carbs and stuff like that. Well, typically, I mean, it's used for a torch, but I use it for cleaning carbs. You're gonna do this, you might as well get you a set of these and go from there. I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but that port right there needs cleaned out. And we will take this little red straw, put on here. Maybe. I'm capable. All right. Let's blow through this port. Oh, sorry. Through this port. That gasket's a little bit dried out, but right here. And it should blow out that carb there. And we're gonna blow through every other port with a little bit of carb cleaner. You can see it all coming out of there. My hands are in the way. All right, try that again. Blow through the main in port. Blow through this port, and blow back out this one. All right, blow through this port, and spray it off again. Do one last little check here. I like to take out, when you're cleaning a carburetor, there's typically a little inset screw here. Get your screwdriver in there. So you screw that port out. I'm gonna call it a port. Everything's a daggone port to me. You screw this little threaded insert out of this carb just to make sure that you can see through it. And pour that out of there. And we got 2 little pieces in this one. don't know if y'all can see, but you can see through that one pretty well. Okay, so that one's clean. And that one is a little bit clogged. All right, so we're gonna take that set here and run that through there. Now, if you look through there, that hole should be visible through there. See what I'm saying? Looks way better. All right, so we're gonna put all that back together. And we're gonna go ahead and blow through that one more time, just to be safe. And that should blow. No problems. I can see through that pretty well. Being that camera probably not going to be, but all right, we'll shove that back down in there. Put this back down in there. Screw that back down. All right, back together we go. Go ahead and spray this off real quick. Get that cleaned up. Oh, what did they call that? Spirit fingers. All right, set that back down inside that little port there. Take your little pen. Put it back through the hole. All right, that's how it's supposed to be. Not falling out of there. You blow through this end right here, your air will come through, and that's where your fuel comes in. There. Blow through this end, right there. Fuel comes in that side, that's your main fuel line. This right here will fill up with fuel, raise this float up, and then it'll stop the fuel from coming in. So, anyway. Back together we go. And then, big screw, big bolt. Little drain plug. And we're just gonna tap it with this. I wouldn't put too much to it. Just enough to hear one click. There you go. Enough to hear one click. There you go. That is a freshly cleaned carburetor. Okay, we're gonna install this carburetor. First of all, we're gonna put this spring back in its hole. Turn your throttle over, lift it, pop it down in there. There we go. It's working like it should. And slide this back on their studs, like so. Go ahead and hook up said fuel line that we have a screwdriver in. Plug it off. Try not to get as much gas everywhere. There we go. Installed. Oh yeah, okay. So this guy goes on, back on there. And you gotta make sure that you put this hose back on the back. Take two 10 metric bolts, put back on their place. Does not have an air filter, I've noticed, so I'm gonna have to order one, and then after we get it through the mail, then we'll list it up for sale if it runs like it's supposed to. So for now, let's just test it and see what it does. Okay, we got it all hooked back up. Clean the carburetor. Let's see if it runs under a load. Time. Okay, so change of plans. My brother-in-law called me and asked what I was doing today, seeing what I was up to. He decided that after speaking to him about what we were doing on this pressure washer, that he wanted it. We're going to work out a barter system with him one way or another. So we'll figure that out down the road. But for now, we're not going to sell this thing. I'm going to let my brother-in-law and my sister have it. They've been needing one anyway, so we'll go from there. If you like this type of video, and I appreciate y'all staying around long enough to get to this part, drop a like and subscribe, please. I'm not going to beg you for it, but if you want to, that'd be cool. Hit that little cowbell as well. Let me know what other things in the comments that you guys would like to see, different parts of the journey of what I do here. Like I said, this channel is not about any kind of professional work or anything like that. It's a type of channel that it's going to show you how to get by, because that's what I do. I just get by. I don't go out and buy brand new things. I buy broken things and I fix them. I make them work for me and my family, and sometimes I make some money on them. If you like that type of stuff, just continue watching, because there'll be a lot more of it. A lot more of anything, any kind of hustle that I have in mind, going along, you know, making money doing whatever I can just to get by. Also, later on in the videos, we're going to have, hopefully, everything works out, we're going to have a homestead that we're going to start building from scratch. And when I mean scratch, I mean bare bones. The only thing on this property is a well pipe sticking out of the ground. It used to have a house on it, but long since been bulldozed down, and it's grown up with a lot of shrubs and whatnot, big trees and whatnot. So later on, if you want to see that type of stuff, just stick with the channel. Further on down the road, we will have videos regarding the homestead style, which my wife and I have been dreaming about for years. So stick with us, hang out, and continue watching the videos. I'll see you next time.